Hey guys, so 20 years ago today, on September 17th, Linux was born. Basically, this guy named Linus Torvalds, L-I-N-U-S, Torvalds, created Linux. He didn't actually create it, he released it. It was created prior on around April. It had around 10,000 lines of code, okay? It then got uploaded to an FTP server and people downloaded it. 20 years later, the Linux kernel is at version 2.6.35 and has 13.5 million lines of code. So comparing that to what it had previously, 10,000, 13 million, I don't know, it's kind of a lot. Believe it or not, people use Linux on a daily basis. Linux is everywhere, whether you want to accept it or not. Android uses Linux. Most things use a derivative of Linux, not Linux itself. So Android uses Linux. Some DVD players use Linux. I think some some software for TV, like you know how the Google TV and stuff. I'm not sure of Google TV specifically, but something like Google TV, they use Linux a lot. So it's quite flexible if you weren't aware. Yeah, it's quite nice to see that Linux has grown to such popularity. Now, it still hasn't grown to such popularity that it's considered a default OS, or the fact that it's even, you know, like most people have the Linux. It's not like that. But like I said, it's used as a core fundamental kind of OS, and then people add on to it because it's an open source OS, right? So I think it's quite nice to see that Linux has grown to at such a tremendous rate only 20 years later, and they've already at 13 million lines of code. That's quite amazing. So anyways, comment, rate, and subscribe.